bring back that WhatsApp group so that you guys can call in via WhatsApp. Yeah, and I also have something new. I think I'm going to get another kind of. The boys are in. The boys are in. Brighton are playing terribly, and
I want to say some serious news. Like I was like commenting in a post. Like I want to say some serious. The serious thing is like I saw from the Chelsea reports like how from Arsenal AFC Bill, right? AFC Bill, our reliable source. Like that from Chelsea, they have one reliable source, and like they have said like Lampard is gonna get sacked soon, like tomorrow. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure because like they have written in Arabic, and when I translated it, it came in English, and I just read that Lampard is going to get sacked soon, and Massimiliano Allegri is going to take that job because they wanted Pochettino, but Pochettino since he went to PSG, now they are looking in line for Allegri because due to his performance, like due to against his big teams, we know like they didn't beat any big teams. So like I think he's getting sacked soon. Lampard. I just saw the news right now in Chelsea Twitter. If it's just checking Twitter, you will know that it's like a reliable source. He's the one who reported Werner to Chelsea news. So like, so I trust in him, and he told like Lampard is going to either get sacked tomorrow or like maybe in a week. So if he gets sacked, then they will appoint Allegri. But the thing is like if we don't get Allegri now and there's no manager available, then there's no way like we can get an right manager. So like the thing is like we are already now fucked up. Like we won against Chelsea, we didn't win against Chelsea. It might be a different situation.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks. By the Binu, look, if Chelsea sack Lampard, I won't be disappointed, but I think it would be a little bit harsh. He has won one game in his last four. I don't know why people don't realize that Chelsea has not been doing so well. Right now on the table, they are seventh. Yeah, they are seventh. They have two wins and 3 losses in their last 5 games.
And they haven't win against any Big Six team, not top 10 team too in the table.
Yeah, exactly.
So like so that's why like I heard even the reports in that tweet. They told like this lady who is a Chelsea negotiator. She told to Lampard that like if they don't play Timo Werner, Kai Havertz together and they lose, Roman he will get frustrated and he will want them for sacking. So I'm sure like they are getting the sack.
Okay. He's getting the sack. So anyway, Chelsea stuff. I don't want to get into it. I mean,
yeah, I don't want to get. But the thing is, like, I just told, like, then if they sack him, then they will get Allegri, and we don't have any options then.
Yeah. So let's start. Let's start right away with you guys. Let me start with Binu because he has already been speaking. Binu, what did you make of our performance today? Were you impressed? Were you impressed with the overall performance today? I mean, what did you make of it?
The thing was like if Arteta removed Xhaka and Bellerin from the starting lineup, when I first heard that like if he removed both of them and kept Cedric and Ainsley, and if we won the 3-1, I would be very happy. I will say like he at least got some knowledge to change this thing, but still like he played them. So I'm not criticizing him too much, and they played better. We all never expected to win 3-1. Let's be honest, like no one expected. So like it's like a surprising one, but I don't get carried away because it's just a one game. We might lose next to Brighton too, so we can't get carried away.
Yeah, it's a very important point. We can't get carried away. I told people we don't need to get deluded. And I'm going to go to Mr. Relentless, Nathan. Nathan, you said in the chat that Lee was wrong. I love Lee and you love Lee because you're moderate on his channel. I don't think it was wrong, but do you think this performance means that fans like Lee and I are now screwed? Arsenal is a success under Mikel Arteta.
No. What I meant was like, people are going to say Lee is wrong. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Of course, like listen, I look up to Lee because I agree with almost everything he says. But listen, we have to enjoy this win. We have to enjoy it. Exactly. Today we have to enjoy. sometimes we gotta treat ourselves. We don't have to be negative all the time. But listen, the reason why I say we have to enjoy it now is because this win will screw us over in the future. I hate to be negative, but listen, today, let's enjoy the win. It was a good result. I didn't think we were gonna win, but now the board are gonna look at this and say, "Oh yes, let's keep him until January. Let's keep him, and then we go into Brighton. We go into Brighton and lose. Listen, Chelsea probably will sack. I wouldn't be surprised if they sack Frank Lampard. You see, that club, Roman Abramovich, she couldn't care less. Like, if you don't get results, you're gone. So if they get Allegri, that's we're effed. But listen, about the game today, this is what made me so happy today, because he actually played the kids. He played the youngsters, and this is what I've been asking for the whole season. And he actually did what I wanted him to do. So listen, fair play to Arteta. Even though I don't want him anymore, fair play to him. I always gotta give credit. I don't think it was a tactical masterclass, but he did well with the start.
Exactly. Exactly. I also don't think it was something that you feel that this team had come to play in this way, but the brilliance of the players, the brilliance of the young lads just overwhelmed Chelsea.
Yeah, because they just want to play football. They just want to play. They don't care about how much money they're getting played, as long as they have a platform to express the talents. They don't care. That's why they put in 100%. Emil Smith Rowe, like, even though he didn't do anything spectacular, he did the basics right. He got the ball, was moving it quickly. Quick touches, keeping the ball moving, and that's what we need, because we have players that stay on the ball.
And when Edu said boom, Messi, what made Arsenal fans angry, including me, is that we just wanted someone who can do basics right, pass that ball forward, get us into dangerous areas. As simple as that. We never wanted Messi, man. We never wanted Messi.
We want performances like this. We want performances where we go out there and we say, you know what, even though we're 14th or 15th, but we're still gonna come out and give 100%. Like, I feel like the players today, maybe Arteta maybe told them that, I don't know, maybe my job's on the line, because I also think Chelsea today were crap, man. If I was a Chelsea fan, listen, my cousin's over here. Like, like I always tell you about my cousin that's a Chelsea fan here. He's absolutely fuming. He's calling for Lampard's head right now. Listen, what did I tell you? What did I tell you on the 24th? I said, if Lampard loses, if I'm Roman Abramovich, I'm calling him up and I'm telling him to get in the bin. Listen, how are you losing? If you look at their midfield, if you look at their starting 11, their starting 11 blows our starting 11 out of the water. How he's managed to lose that game, listen, I'll never understand. It's
like almost 500 million or 600 million in that team, man.
He needs to get in the bin. He needs to get in the bin, bro. Lampard out. But listen, it's a good result, bro. It's a good result.
Zoom. How are you feeling? I know you're one person who really celebrates Arsenal wins, just like I do. When we win, I celebrate. I'm never negative about wins. A win is a win. Arsenal, come on, you guys. But how are you impressed with with this performance today? Is it the start of Mikel Arteta? I mean, because all the great managers at clubs, at some point in time, they get a savior game, maybe FA Cup, maybe Alexander Ferguson was saved by the FA Cup or something like that. Is this game turning things around, Zoom? I mean, what did you see today? Did you see an Arsenal that has changed, or it was just a one-off like we had against Manchester United way back? I mean, so many months ago.
I saw a different Arsenal, Cossy. I saw a different Arsenal. Emil Smith Rowe, doing the basics. That's what we needed. Someone in the number 10 area, creating, doing the basics.
Keeps it simple.
This is what we needed.
Proper football.
What a performance, Saka. What a performance, Bellerin. You get your stake, but today you were wonderful. Tierney. What do I need to say about Tierney, man? This guy is absolutely fabulous. Mari, excellent. Holding, didn't have much to do, but he was good. Xhaka, what a strike. What a strike.
He rapped that.
Leno, don't forget Leno. The save, penalty save. Leno.
Yeah, Leno. What a game. Elneny didn't have the best of games.
Yeah.
Martinelli, I think, man, this guy presses 24/7. 24/7, he's running.
But he presses in his sleep.
Yeah. We got our own N'Golo Kante, fam.
Big up.
And then
Mossy.
this game
Yeah.
was not good
Yeah.
to climb up the table, but for the confidence.
Mm.
But I'm still Arteta out. Arteta out.
Exactly. Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
not
I
get
mean,
carried away. I'm still
yeah.
Arteta out.
Yeah. Mose, what did you make of our performance today? Just, I mean, when you were on your screen, what were you feeling? Were you feeling you're on Mars? I mean, was it real? Because for me, the first question I asked was, is this even real? What did you make of today's performance, Mose?
Hello guys, Merry Christmas first of all.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
I kind of compliment all the guys that they've been speaking. You know, they like I said, last show we did before Christmas. I said if Arsenal win, I will be very surprised. But if we lose, it won't surprise me at all. So, which they actually surprised me by beating Chelsea today. What I will say to the game is, first of all, if not because of the William and the one of the defender, if not because they are poorly, Mikel Arteta will still play William, which he will still play all the players that he's been playing. We probably come out and lose the game.
We need to talk about that exactly.
Yeah. So what happened? What Mikel Arteta actually what he did is he bring freshness, fresh blood into the team. What has been missing, Smith Rowe, that number 10 role. If you go and look at all the games we've played in the past, there is no linkage between the midfield and the number 10 role and the forward play. But Smith Rowe was in there today. He's picking up the ball from the midfield, from the defense, and he's linking it up with the attack. So, and again, don't forget Martinelli. This guy is his energy. He kind of when Chelsea you can see James today. James was having a nightmare.
Yeah, he wins the second balls. He wins the second balls.
I mean, I kind of like the way Arteta is kind of bringing him into game slowly. You know, took him off 70 minutes, took him off, give him a rest. But like all the other guys has been saying, this is Arsenal. Don't let us get carried. This is a one-off game. I commend a very good performance with Arsenal today. I'm happy with it. 3-1, not a bad result at all. But we really need to. We can go to Brighton the next game and we lost 1-0. What is the point of this win today?
Yeah, exactly.
If you understand what I mean. So we need to go to Brighton. I looked at the next 3 games that we got after today.
They're winnable.
They are all winnable games, which is Brighton, Newcastle, and West Brom.
West Brom. Exactly.
They are all winnable games, but I would not say I'm not going to say they're winnable game because Arsenal can go on and do what Arsenal always does.
Always do.
You understand what I mean?
Must be. Are you Arteta in now?
No, it doesn't change my opinion on Arteta. No, it doesn't change my opinion on Arteta.
I see a lot of people flip flopping today, saying, "Oh yes."
No. Don't. I would say don't let this game kind of give you two minds on Arteta, whether Arteta in or whether Arteta out. If you want to stay Arteta in, you stay Arteta. If you want to stay Arteta, stick to your what you believe in. But what I would say is. These people forget that I was looking at the table. Even though we won today, we're still 15th in the table. We won today because Leeds is gonna win tomorrow. I can guarantee you that because they got a game in hand. If you understand, and Burnley has got 2 games in hand. If they won those 2 games, they're going above Arsenal, so which we can still slip down to 16. People still needs to believe we're still right at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, it's true. It's not yet.
You understand what I mean? So
it's not yet a point at which you need to celebrate. I mean, we can't celebrate. It's not yet over. But is it the start? Purpose. Let me just engage purpose. Purpose. Today's performance, we almost actually gave everything away in the last 5 minutes because Tammy Abraham gets a header, they get a penalty, and probably I saw was it Pulisic chasing a ball right, around the, our defense, almost 3 chances coming in the last 5 minutes. if Chelsea had taken those chances, it should have been 3-3, and we could have given it away. Of course, we need to learn from our mistakes. But Purpose, is it a game that gives you hope? Is it a game you feel like, yes, Arsenal is back and come on the competition?
I don't think we're back. To be honest, I was pretty confident going into the game. I feel like, as Frank Lampard, as Chelsea's manager, I'll always be confident against going Chelsea, because I look at him. Even the game we lost, I remember in Arteta's second game, we lost 2-1. He was lucky to get the win there.
I feel like we were the better side.
We collapsed. Even the 2-2, we had 10 men. If we didn't have 10 men, I think we could have won that game. And then the FA Cup. And now, for me, I don't fear Chelsea anymore at all. I don't fear Chelsea. As soon as they got rid of Conte, I've not really feared Chelsea. To be honest, I feel like the team, this is typical of the team. We'll do this performance. We've done it against Man United. We'll have a good performance, and then we'll play against an Aston Villa. We'll lose. We'll play against Leeds. We'll drop points. We'll play against Leicester. We'll lose. So that's the problem with this team. For me, you can never be back with Arsenal. You can never be back. And it depends what you mean. If we're being real, if we're talking about Arsenal are back, that means we've been losing games, because the real Arsenal will be losing games, and that's the problem. We haven't had any games where we can win 3, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. That's our problem.
Yeah,
we've been losing 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row. That's been the big problem. And for me, I still think we have many weaknesses in this team. Don't get me wrong, the performance today was good, but players like Xhaka is not going to give us this performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Week out. Bellerin is not going to give us this performance. Rob Holding is not going to give us this performance.
And then also needs
all these players, most of the players, they're not going to give this performance. So we mustn't get too ahead of ourselves. But if I look at the result, I'm extremely happy. I feel like we needed to beat a team well, because there's times where we haven't even played well. I think this is the first time we've actually played good football. I actually see good football today. I feel like we were unlucky to not get more goals. I think we could have been 4, 5.
Yeah. Should have been 4. Yeah.
In terms of the goals we conceded, I was furious with Willock for the first goal. He dived in, he jumped, he fell for something that I never would have worked. He was never going to go for that. He let him cut in and cross the ball. And Abraham, for me, as soon as that first goal went in, I was worried. I'm not going to lie. I was worried, because if there's one team that can throw away a 3-0 lead, it's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal. Yeah.
It's Arsenal. And to be honest, if the penalty save, if Milan doesn't make that penalty save, I honestly think the game would have been 3-3. I honestly think they would have got equalised at the end. But I'm happy. I think I'm just gonna mention a couple of players that I think impressed me. I think Pablo Murray, he got a yellow card very early on, and he managed to keep himself, disciplined. He done very well. He bullied Tammy Abraham. Let's be honest. I think Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham is a giraffe with feet. With feet. I'm telling you.
He got bullied today, and that's Abraham's problem. He needs to get strong. I feel like if they had Giroud, it would have been a different story. But today he got bullied, he roughed up, and that's what I want to see. It's good now that Murray is getting back. And playing a few games. I want to see more of him. I feel like I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself and say this guy's, our best centre back, because we said that about Mustafi when we first signed him, and we saw how that turned out. Mustafi is one of the worst defenders I've ever seen. But I feel Pablo Murray done well. I think yes, he's an awful player, but Xhaka did well. Saka, Martinelli, Emil Smith-Rowe. I feel like we need to play with a number 10 now. We can't go 5 at the back again. We cannot go 5 at the back, because when we have extra player, it's our defender. We can't have a defender as the extra player. We need to have a midfielder as the extra player. We saw today, if we had 2 midfielders, we would have been overrun by Chelsea, because they would have had the extra midfielder. And now we even. So that's why we need to sell this. I feel Arteta, he done a good job with the lineup. Good. We had no agents in the squad. No David Luiz. No Willian. I'm happy. I don't want to see these two ever again. Willian, if I ever see this guy play again, I will switch off the TV.
David Luiz and Willian, there's rumors going about that
they both flop.
they both want Arteta out. Yeah, which I'm not
Yeah,
surprised. They're Chelsea boys. Chelsea do it every year. They just down tools.
yeah, they sack
So
their
it's,
managers every year, innit? So they're used
And,
to
and
them.
I think, you know, that goes back to the recruitment process. We have Kia Jorapchin, because
Yeah, yeah.
many people say these guys are here because of Kia Jorapchin, and probably he has an influence as to why Willian plays game in, game out.
yeah,
Yeah,
Willian has a restaurant in London. That's why he came to Arsenal because he didn't want to leave London. He has a restaurant with David
yeah.
Luiz.
What I say is like, the guy we had before Edu, Sven Mislintat, he said
The one we
like,
got from, had he been a Doman?
yeah, he was at Dortmund. Yeah, the one we got
that
from
guy was
Dortmund.
that was
He even
that
said,
guy was genius, man.
he even said like Kia direction is a bit dodgy. He said that himself. So I feel like that's a problem. I feel like we need to get rid of like these problems as well. I feel like a lot of people, we don't really look at upstairs, like Edu, Vinay. These people, we're not in good hands. Let's be serious, you know.
Yeah,
We're
it's true.
in very bad hands. And
Yeah, it's
the reason why I've got Arteta because it was the cheap option. Let's be honest, it was the
Yeah.
cheap option of someone that they could
So
control.
what I want to say is what I want to quickly want to say is, you see, Arsenal, they've got the team in the Premier League playing in London, are Fulham, Chelsea, Arsenal, and Tottenham. I don't know why.
West Ham.
And West Ham, that's right. I don't know why Arsenal go into a team in London to go and buy players.
Yeah.
If Arsenal goes to Chelsea and go and get the player the player Chelsea have used for a very long time, you know, when that player is not an Arsenal. You understand? That player doesn't have Arsenal
I wouldn't mind the
in his
Pulisic
heart.
though. I wouldn't mind the Pulisic.
No, but he's
The-
talking
Yeah,
about
but
they're
Wait, you're
Chelsea
like,
is not
getting
these
finished
guys
Chelsea
are
is
players.
not
not
good
going to
players.
Finished
sell you
players.
Pulisic, man.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
yeah,
they won't let him go because he's still in his
that's
Yeah,
prime.
yeah.
When the
We're
player
always
is
getting the
finishing,
finished
when the player
players.
is finishing off, that's when Chelsea is gonna say, okay,
yeah,
you can go to any of the London club if you think you want to stay in London, because they know that you're not that club. You've played for us for a long time. How do you expect William to care about Arsenal? He's still got, you know, if you remember when he won, you know, this guy actually, William actually done his medical at Tottenham, and he went on to sign for
yeah,
Chelsea.
yeah. That's true.
So when the fans are talking to him, he said, "Nah, he will never play for Arsenal." That is what he said. I can look for the video, the link. I can get it. I was like, why is he there now? You understand what I mean? So he's kind of if I'm Arsenal, I would never buy a player from any of the London clubs,
Yeah,
because they're not
especially
gonna
above 30 as
Actually,
well. They're all
actually,
above 30 we signed.
because
think
they're not gonna come to Arsenal and just give you 110%.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah, it's true. Dinero, we beat Chelsea. Is it because they were too bad, or is it because we were outrageously, ridiculously good? I mean, were you convinced that we beat Chelsea because they were just bad, or we were too good for them today?
Bro, I think you know what is the young G's they came through. I think what happened was we forced them to make those bad decisions. We forced, and one thing about Martinelli, he reminds me of Mane. You see Mane for Liverpool when they start pressing. He's the guy that sets the pace. He's the guy that forces the other team to make those mistakes. And I feel like this team, compared to the other teams, had the energy. They had some sort of, like, it wasn't even about the tactics. It wasn't even about, like, it was energy there. Like, you could see it. Like, we were just ready for them, like, for some reason. And I think also this is to do with certain players. The young players were there to prove a point. They were there to show, listen, we can take this onto our shoulders and start and doing their thing. And that's what they simply did. Like, you can tell that Arteta's lost some of the dressing room, but the players that were on today, they were there and they were ready to fight for him. Like, look at Tierney. Bro, he had a really good game. Xhaka, you know, we criticize him a lot, but man, he done his things today. His passing was forward, held the ball well, made great decisions. I mean, he done a 1-2. I think it was for the Saka. I think it was for the Saka goal with
Yeah.
Lacazette. Class. Um, and bro, we just like I think it was just it was energy, bro. It was just the people that were playing today, the young boys. They had a They proved their point. They put in that work, and that was it. And I think that's the difference. I think what Arteta needs to understand is experience is not always going to be the best. It's not always going to be the best selection.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to go for the player profiles, that fit
Elite
your
speed.
tactics, that suit the system. You get me? And
Yeah, I can't disagree because he has always went for the experience in those older players, and we have always seen it. He wants to play the older players because he thinks they have experience, they know what to do, they can bail him out. In situations like today I saw the immaturity in the team, especially like I said, we're gonna give away that game in 5 minutes, or even less than that. We missed a chance on the other end when Erneni and Holding all of them missed that goal, and Lacazette actually 3 chances we miss, and then they get 2 chances this side. This side they almost came back in the game, so you could see the immaturity in the game, but again the brilliance surpassed way above the brilliance we have been showing in the other games. But who was your man? Who are your men of the match? Let me start with Nathan. Nathan, who was your man of the match?
Saka.
Saka.
I think he played well. He was a threat constantly. The goal he scored, I don't know what Mendy was doing in goal. I mean, he had no clue what was going on. Let's see, he took it well. I mean, it looked like a cross, but I think he actually went for goal.
No, for me, I think it was the cross. I think it was a cross. I don't know what.
Well, either way, it went in, so who cares?
I think it was looking out for Martinelli on the left.
Yeah, I think Martinelli played well. Emil Smith-Rowe played well. I hate to say this, but I think Granit Xhaka played. He was decent. He was good today.
No, you have to accept.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna say about Xhaka is because Xhaka has got young players around him, so he got no choice than to keep up with their pace. Because if you look at Arsenal today, they make Chelsea looks like old men. They cannot keep up with the pace. If you understand, and this happened because of the freshness in the Arsenal team. So all the older players in Arsenal team, if they see look at Bukayo Saka, this guy is the only one. He's carrying the whole Arsenal on his shoulder. Every time this guy play, I just like, man, this guy is just giving 110%. He just want to make things happen from anywhere he plays. He's playing out of position today. He's playing from the right, and he's still kind of doing his thing. And look at the one person that came on today that I was so not happy with, Pepe. You can see when Tierney wants to take a throw in, it's not even when is he holding on to the ball. He wants to take a throw in. Pepe he has to tell Pepe to make a run.
Yeah,
and he's one of the senior player.
Yeah.
All those sort of things you shouldn't be told. You should know already, because these are the basics that as a professional footballer you should know about. And you're one of your teammates is just telling you. I can't even count the number of time Pepe touched the ball today. He came on, he doesn't even really do nothing. I don't know.
And I think we have to ask ourselves a big question. Today, is Pepe being played in the wrong way, or Pepe is the wrong guy? I said when I was in the reaction, I said that it looks like Martinelli is coming back and is performing. Pepe has been here and is failing to perform. Is it being played wrongly, or is the wrong guy?
Hey, listen, you guys mentioned Pepe. I just had to bring him back up on my avatar. Listen, this guy has quality. He has quality. I know it's not looking too good for him, but trust me. Listen, I mean,
I
who
just
can
reckon
really?
it's not been managed correctly. That's all.
Yeah,
That
he
is
hasn't
what
been
I'm saying.
managed. He hasn't been managed correctly. I mean, if he was playing under like Klopp or a different manager, he look brilliant. But he's coming on like, I mean, what do you really want him to do? I mean, he's playing on the left. I mean, I do feel like he could be doing better, but at the same time, he has no confidence because he knows he's not starting the next game anyway. So I mean, even if he does score a goal from like the halfway line, he's gonna get dropped anyway. So I mean, does it really matter? So when he has that kind of mindset, I mean, how is he gonna come out and he's not gonna have any confidence because he knows the manager doesn't rate him. So I mean,
Yeah, but
he
if
can
you
only do
remember
so
when he
much.
was playing at Lille, he's just he doesn't have a permanent position. He goes everywhere on the pitch. Mostly, he stays on the right and he cut in, but they gave him
Yes,
that
that's because
free role that to kind of operate. But
yeah, that's because
here,
that's because Arteta doesn't give the players freedom. Yeah, today
yeah,
he
that's
gave he
true.
gave today he gave the players more freedom to express themselves, and
Mm.
that's how we were able to
Yeah.
get the goals because they'll move it into channels. They'll being able to move to where they want to move. Like like Pepe already knows that Arteta doesn't rate him, so I mean
Mm.
he can play as well as he wants, but he's not gonna get in the team the next game anyway.
Anything,
So
yeah. I get what you're saying, but I just think today's game is just because Arteta played the right number 10 in the number 10 role. You're not playing your striker like Lacazette in the number 10 role.
and no,
You
yeah,
you
another
bring
thing.
in a proper number 10 to come and play in number 10 role.
Another thing, yeah, this is why I don't rate Mikel. Yeah, big up for the win today, but still, Mikel Arteta out.
Mhm.
Why was Hector Bellerin captain? I'm looking
Yeah,
at the
I've
tunnel.
been
That's the
I'm looking
surprised
at
thing. That is the
Guzzi,
thing.
Guzzi, Guzzi. I nearly cried. I nearly cried. I was like, I
again, man.
came out. I
From
was
Rob Holding,
watching
look, from Rob Holding to Hector Bellerin,
Hector Bellerin, yeah.
makes sense,
Oh
man.
my days.
Yeah, it really does.
Hecky
It
B,
really
man.
does
Absolutely, man.
make sense.
And,
Really does
bro,
make sense. Mose, who was your man of the match?
Yeah, definitely I would go for Saka as well. He's
Saka as
he's
well.
brilliant, man. This
Yeah.
guy is on another level compared to the team is actually playing for. He always bringing his A game every time he's playing. He never hides. He knows the right time to run with the ball. He knows the right time to pass the ball. He knows the right time to cross the ball in. But he's been brilliant for me this season. So he's my man of the match, really.
Purpose, do you agree? Saka man of the match today?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna disagree with everyone. I'm gonna go different. For me, I feel like Tierney was the man of the match. I feel
Okay.
like from minute 1 to minute 90, I feel like he was our best player. He set the tone. He set the intensity. In terms of he won the penalty, I feel like that set the tone. And even like the amount of overlap run he made for Martinelli helped him a lot. For me, it's got to be Tierney. I feel like Saka good. Don't get me wrong. Saka was excellent, but Tierney was for me was solid. I didn't see him make like any shaky mistakes. So yeah, I'd pick Tierney. But in terms of like Pepe, I agree with Mossy. I feel Pepe when he came on, it wasn't good. He didn't look like comfortable. It's like I'm be honest. When he came on, I actually was like I was disappointed because Martinelli was doing so well. You know what I'm saying? And that's not good. He cost us 72 million. This is not a good. We need to have confidence. But for me, I'm gonna say this. I don't think I've ever seen him play like 3 games in a row. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really blame him
exactly.
I can't really blame him for like not having so many good games. Because I look at Everton. At Everton, he was probably one of our better players. You know what I'm saying? And then now he gets dropped. So that's why, yes, the result worked for us. But if Arteta says like he picks the players of merit, really and truly, Pepe should have played. But at the end of the day, what he did today, in terms of selecting Saka, Martinelli, and Smith Rowe worked. So yeah, my man of the match would be Tierney, and then obviously second, I definitely have Saka. But yeah,
Yeah,
that would be.
I got a quick question here. I don't know if so the question I want to ask now is look at the team that played with today with no Aubameyang. When Aubameyang get fit again, does he come straight into the team or
We have to play a couple more.
do you guys just bring him straight
We have,
back in?
we have to play a couple more games with this group of players to see if it wasn't like a fluke because you don't want to just put Aubameyang back because you have to see if it actually works. So in Brighton, I don't want to really see Aubameyang. I want to see Aubameyang on the bench. I want us to go with the same exact team against
A
Brighton.
lot of energy, right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
get what
because
you
they had a
mean.
lot of. Because bro, if we started Willian today, yeah, we probably would have lost. Because
I'll change it.
Willian,
I'll change it for Brighton. I thought Brighton is Tuesday, isn't it?
It's
Yeah.
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll change it, man. I can't. I know. We need to have rotation. We can't just. I know this is like a good good performance from these players, but I feel like we need to change it. I feel like against Brighton, they're gonna defend a lot. You know what I'm saying? So we need to have like a counter attack. So
you
I feel
know,
like
but that's
maybe
why.
Aubameyang is better than Lacazette for the game against Brighton because of the speed in behind. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Lacazette's link up play with Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe was good. So do we drop him? But for me, this is what I'm saying. We cannot be playing Saka week in, week out in Europa League and Premier League. It's not going to be good for him as a player. He's
Yeah.
going to get injured. He's going to get burnt out. It's not good. We saw with Rashford. You know, Rashford got that bad back injury. If it wasn't for COVID, he would have not been back. But we can't be rinsing our players too
Yeah,
much.
but
You know what I'm saying?
Saka doesn't play in the Europa League anyway, so he's not.
No,
He's not gonna play him.
but I'm saying like now we're gonna get to the knockout stages. He will play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
That's
what you
what's
mean.
gonna happen. So
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I
want to
think
play week in,
it's
week
not
out.
gonna
But that's
play
what's
him
about.
until
You have
like
to
maybe
pay.
probably
You have to pay your
quarterfinal.
best players, though.
I know he has to play, but there's games where we can be like, oh, we can drop Saka because we don't
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah,
need to
yeah.
risk him.
I
feel
hear
like,
what
but
you're saying.
we've
I
been
hear
that
what you're
bad this
saying.
season. I feel like because we've been so bad, we need to play him. That's the problem.
Yeah,
But
no, I've been saying we should be dropping Saka like for a couple like months now because you don't want him to be burnt out. You don't want him to end up like another Iwobi. Yeah, we has all the talent in the world, but you just keep on playing him and playing him and playing him. But
Yeah.
listen,
And
the reason why I
I,
say we
I,
should play the same team is because you have Emil Smith Rowe who gets the ball and he's immediately looking for a teammate. And he doesn't hold on to the ball too much. When you're playing against a low block, yeah, you need people that can move the ball quickly so the defense don't be able to like set and get organized. Because we have players that move the ball quickly, like Tiki Taka. The spaces start to open up because some of the defenders get dragged, they get pulled out of space. That's why I say maybe don't play the same exact team, but play the same type of like profile of players that have energy and that are raw.
Yeah. That's a good
Dinero, man of the match.
point. I'm gonna agree with Papas, yes, because I'd say Tierney, man, because yeah, he set the pace. You know, and yeah, from the first minute to the 90th minute, man was just pushing, making those runs, and linking up with Martinelli really well. I do think this performance, though, I do think the other players now that have seen when the youngers played, I think when the youngers come in with this performance of youngers, yeah, coming in and playing really good, I do think they're gonna look at themselves and feel like, ooh, these guys are they're getting shown out kind of thing. Like I think these other players are gonna be embarrassed in terms of like their performance recently. So I agree, man. Tierney done his thing, bro. Tierney done his thing.
Yeah, let me quickly say something. I understand Dinero and Papa. I can understand the reason why you go for Tierney because he's a senior player. That as a senior player in the squad, you're playing with all those young kids in front of you. Then you've got to stand there. You've got to tell them what they need to do and what they need to know. I was kind of debating myself. Is it Tierney? Is it Saka? But the reason why I actually gave it to Saka because this guy has been performing week in week out. You understand, and he scored a goal today. So that is the reason why I gave it to him. So Tierney is one of the senior player in the team, and Tierney always be passionate every time he played. You always see that in his game, even though if he's having a bad day, you will see he's so passionate. He wants to win.
Yeah, that's why I didn't give him man of the match because that's what I
Mm,
expect from Tierney. Because my
mm,
standards for Tierney is higher than my standards for William because I know
mm.
Tierney is a proper footballer. So I'm not gonna just
Do you know what?
congratulate him for having a good game. You know what I'm saying?
And the thing with Tierney, you can see that's the future captain there. You just
How
that's the
about
future
Hecky
captain
B?
right
You
there.
don't rate Hecky B? No Hector Bellerin?
Do you know what? I don't have a problem with Hecky B, you know. I don't have a problem
What?
with him. I don't think he. I don't think he. I do think he's the best right. He's the best right back at Arsenal. I don't think
Huh?
he's
No,
playing and
Oh
no, no, no,
Lord.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no,
is
no,
this
no,
hundred
guy
no,
percent.
no,
Nolan?
no,
No,
no, no,
no,
no.
no. He's the best right back.
That is the worst right back in the league.
Bro, he's statistically the
I
worst
tell
right
you
back in
But
the
right
he's the
league.
now.
best right back at Arsenal.
No,
Yeah, no,
Cedric is
no, no,
clear of
no,
him.
it's not.
Again
Cedric
today,
is clear of him.
I saw him caught out of position on a couple of, I think, 2 occasions, and I was like, oh, he's doing his things again.
Mm.
Yeah, but Hector
Yeah,
Bellerin as captain.
but
Though.
what I don't even know why. One thing I see Chelsea doing today, I don't even know why Chelsea keep going on Tierney's side that they want to score a goal from there. They managed to get one from Tierney's side, but if they keep persisting on Bellerin's side, I tell you they will score more
Yeah.
No,
because
but
they
they
don't go
couldn't
through
do that.
that
They
right
couldn't do
at
that.
all.
They couldn't do that because the person they had on the left hand side was Werner, and Werner's not very good on the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's because Chelsea put, for some reason, they put Pulisic on the right and they put Werner on the left. So they only had the only option they could go for was Pulisic. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
don't think it's necessarily the fact that they're just targeting Tierney. I think it's just because they had their better player on that hand side. I feel like they kept going for that side, not necessarily.
You wanna know why I don't rate Lampard as much as I used to? Yeah, because Callum Hudson-Odoi, when he came on, he absolutely ripped whoever was on that left hand side
he
to
was
bits,
really.
bro. If he moved him to the right side and let him go up against Hecky B, he would have ripped him a new one. I don't know why I guess he wanted him to go to the byline and cross. But for me, if you put Callum Hudson-Odoi against someone who's very like direct, you put him against like Hector Bellerin, you're gonna get spaces because Hector Bellerin can't defend in it. So
But
I
we
thought
gotta
he was
give him
gonna
his
put
credit
Hudson.
today. You have to give him his credit today, Bellerin. You know, I'll be honest, I'm not his biggest fan, but today he didn't really do too much wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, not many people might like him, but you have to give him his credit. You know, he didn't get beat much. You know,
And
I guess
I think,
as well. Mhm.
I think he's one of the players that were covered by the brilliance. I mean, he wasn't brilliant, he wasn't so good, but they were covered by the brilliance, and he didn't spoil the party.
Yeah,
That is,
that's it.
yeah.
That's it.
Nah,
I feel like
But he
with
shouldn't be
I think-
captain though. He
Nah,
shouldn't be
I
captain.
don't. I
He
don't
shouldn't
think.
captain. He
I
shouldn't
don't,
be
nah,
captain.
because
I
he's
mean,
been there
that's
the
a
longest.
disgrace,
I
man. Come
I
on.
think.
He
He's
shouldn't
been
be
there the
captain.
longest.
I
You know,
think
that's
Nani
why
was
he's been
covered by
captain.
the brilliance.
But
Who?
another thing I want to say, I think
Nani was covered by the brilliance. To be
Oh,
honest,
no. I thought, and then it wasn't too bad today, was he?
he was.
Yeah,
Before
he
that,
was
yeah,
alright.
He
He
was
was
he
covered.
alright.
gave the
I feel
ball
like
away more than anybody else today.
I agree with what you're saying. Like,
before that,
he was the least.
guys, before that, let's just welcome in Glen. Glen, welcome to the show.
Big up, Glenn.
Thank you, man. Hi, Cossy. Hi, Purpose. Hi, Nathaniel, Mossy, Dinero.
Yo.
You're gonna greet everybody because of a 3-1 win.
And that is not where I'm going to stop. I've heard what you guys have been talking about, and Cossy, I don't need no introduction. Let me just say what I need to say.
No, he does. Of course, you don't need no introduction. It's true, man. Yeah.
Purpose. You can say it the way it is. Hector Bellerin leads Arsenal to 3-1 victory over Chelsea.
No.
Give me my 4 minutes of fame. Give me my Nathaniel. Give me my 4 minutes of fame. Give me 4 minutes of fame.
You're protected. You're protected.
You captain a guy and you win 3-1. Come on, it is not luck. It is not luck. The first time you captain and you win the game. Anyway, I've been looking at the games. We have 23 games to go, and if we win these 23 games, we can win the league. By the way, I've just looked at that too. And
it's just time.
I'm so happy, man, for the starting lineup. When I saw the starting lineup and I saw Martinelli, Smith Rowe, and who else are the youngster? Saka. I was like, yes, you're happy, but you're like, will they really be able to deal with the physicality of the likes of Kovacic? Because sometimes you need like a couple of experienced players there. But hey, it turned out to be those are the three best players we have at Arsenal. I've heard you guys talking about Pepe. I've heard what Mossy had to say about Pepe, and I mean, they should be ashamed of themselves. They can't play for 14 games and they literally do nothing. And Martinelli and Smith Rowe come for one game and they do better than they've done for the whole time, man. So I was happy that. Another one is Mustafi. I mean, things are looking very all over the place, and then Mustafi comes in for 1 minute and everything settles. Shout out to Mustafi. Start him in the next game. And who else played well? I was happy with the goals. You guys, I don't know if you mentioned, but Saka. it was not just for the goals. Let me have fun, Nathaniel. Let me have fun, man. We've won a game for the first time in 3 months. So Saka, that's not the only thing he did, by the way. He also earned the free kick where Shaka scored, so he kind of dribbled past Kante and that free kick. So yeah, he's definitely the man of the match for me, if you want me to answer that question. Very, very good playing on the right. He's definitely the man of the match. And I'd keep the same lineup, apart from Martinelli, because I don't know if he can play 3 games in like 6 days, and I don't want him to get injured again, man. I don't want him to get injured again. So I'd drop him and Pablo Mari, bringing them on for the second half of the next game. Yes, I'll bring back Aubameyang for that one, because when you start winning games, everyone wants to, like, you know what, let me also come back and get a goal or 2 myself. So this is the perfect time to bring him back in. And if he comes back in, this is our chance to finally beat Brighton. So yeah, I am so happy, because, man, I'm so happy, man.
I know. I can hear the voice. I mean, it was when, I think it was that I had the same voice when we lost to Burnley. I was so fuming, guys. I was so fuming. I mean, I don't know. But yeah. Where do we go from here, Glenn? This is the last question we shall answer today. Where do we go from here? Is it, for me, it's a game that has cleared everything for us. Everything. It has shown us where we need to go in January transfer window. Yeah. It has showed us where we need to go in the January transfer window. Exactly. What needs to be done, first and foremost. Then it has showed us what we need to do in the coming games, how you need to play, what has been what we've been doing wrong, what we've been doing right, the team selection, and so on. So I think if Arteta doesn't learn from this one, I mean, the board will not have any reason. Will not have a reason. For me, I don't have a reason for Mikel Arteta. I think he's not the right man for this job. But I think this is a game that has showed us exactly. But Glenn, do you think it's a start? Did you see it as a start, or you saw it as a one-off London derby fight where we never wanted to lose?
Yeah, I know you said what we need to do, but who we need to get rid of and who we need to play. Exactly. I know you wanted to out. I know how much Nathaniel and Mossy, they don't like Arteta that much, but I'm still Arteta in, and I'm still giving January transfer window. So where do we go from here? We go for the league title, Cossy, from here. And then we also go for the Europa League and FA Cup quadruple. And luckily, I wish we played Man City next week and not the previous week. We could have smashed them 4-1.
Oh, Glenn, you know what?
Yeah?
We can finish top of the relegation zone. We can finish 18th. Top of the relegation zone.
That is a positive. That is a positive. A win. We've actually won a game. So where do we go from here? We first need to, you have 3 games in a week. If you win 3 games in that week, all of a sudden things are changing for you. So first of all, it would be so Arsenal if we go.
I think
it would be so Arsenal. Go ahead.
9 points behind Chelsea now, I think. No, 7.
I'm looking at Liverpool.
No, 9 points
Chelsea.
behind
I'm looking
Chelsea
at top of the
right
table.
now.
Yeah, so for me, Brighton, it would be so Arsenal if we go and you lose to Brighton. So that is what I'm hoping doesn't happen. Keep the same momentum, keep the same energy, fight. Because today, after we scored that second goal from Xhaka, all of a sudden I started seeing Xhaka running after the ball, Bellerin running after the ball. What was that energy in the last 4 games? So all of a sudden things change for you after you win not a couple of games. It's been 1 game. It feels like we've been winning. It really is Christmas. It feels like we've been winning for how many games.
Yeah.
So,
I said we played like a team that is on a run of 10 games winning, man.
Yeah, it looks like that. Thanks to Captain Bellerin. I agree with you, Papus. He's not only the best right back at Arsenal, but in the league.
I never said he was the best right back.
No. You don't have to take it back. I agree with you.
I never said that. I never said that. It was Dinero that said that.
It's also good on the runway as well, bro. Don't worry about it.
Dinero. We win. We win on Boxing Day. We want to turn things around. Not to be above relegation, but at least to be in a top 10 fight. We have a January transfer window that's coming on, and a kid like Emile Smith-Rowe is not going to take us for the rest of the 23 games. We know that, so we know what we need to do in January. Do you think all of us, the board, the manager, and everyone, the fans, us, are going to see this game in light of this is the way, or? It's a one jolly moment. We are going back to the wars and wars and wars, like Big Sam said. We are in a relegation fight.
Do you know what it is? I think this game answered so many questions that the fans had. Don't know about the board, but everyone from outside looking in. What do Arsenal need? Is it a number 10? Is it a creative midfielder? What's going on? Is it the problem with the players? Is it the tactics? And you could see that it's the number 10. But as soon as Smith came in, we just looked so much better. But then you could also see is that the players that were on today, they were fighting. You know, they had the energy was there. And you can see if we go into the January market and we add another number 10 like a Bendia or what do you call it? Or some Awa, bro, will be. I think this team can improve like dramatically compared to how we're doing right now. So 100%, I think now it's let's see how we do, but 100% it's by us adding someone else in, we can do damage.
Okay. I think I'll I'll ask the transfer question to purpose. Let me ask Mossy this. Mossy, does this game really show that Mikel Arteta is the problem at us? No, he's been choosing the wrong players all the time. The day these wrong players get injured and he doesn't have, not injured, but they have COVID-19, something like that. Willian has COVID-19. I don't know why, where he got in from, but they're saying he's not going to miss so many games like Gabriel, because Gabriel is going to miss around 3 games. So it looks like Arteta shot himself in the foot today, trying to tell people, you've been telling me the right thing. I'm doing it now, and it gives us results. So does it really give us, a go-ahead that if we lose the next games, it's going to be all on Mikel Arteta, or it is still, the brilliance of the squad, the lack of quality in the squad? What does it communicate to you? Does it, do you feel like, however bad the squad is, we still have a chance to be 7th, 6th, at least in that race, instead of being in the, 18th, 19th race?
Yeah, 2 things I want to say on that one. First of all, I would say he's been setting up us wrongly. So all the player that you've been playing, that you've been losing games, you keep kind of persisting on it. And secondly, if we're losing game, it doesn't have a plan B. If for example, now, if we are losing this game today with those kids that they don't know what to do, you as a manager, you will still be telling them to carry on doing what they're doing. Because if you listen to the interview where the one Tierney did after the game, he said the press asked him, "Oh, what did the manager say to you after him?" He just said, the manager just said, "Oh, carry on what you do, carry on the way you are. Keep." If you understand what I mean, if you understand what I'm saying, so he kind of tell them, keep doing what you're doing. Even though if Arsenal is losing 2-0, if it is Arsenal losing 2-0 at halftime, it will still be telling them, keep doing what you're doing, instead of you to look for a solution to be able to come back into the game. You can see when the second half comes, Chelsea make 2 changes. They want to go and control the game, if you understand what I mean. So that if it is at Arteta is not going to do that. It will just come out with the same 11 player and he carry on doing what he's doing. So I would say all the games that we've been losing, I would say he's the one selecting the player, so it's his fault. He came on with a completely different idea today with the freshness in the team, and they kind of come up with a victory today. So to me that is what I would say about him. I'm not going to say he's the player, because the player will not select themselves. It's the manager that is going to select the players. So assuming before he gets to like maybe probably is it 7 games we lost or 6 games we lost in a row. So you lost the first one, you lost the second one, you lost the third. You might be thinking, okay, maybe probably 3rd time lucky, and you lost that 3rd one. On the 4th one, just try something different. You're the manager. Just be ruthless. You just tell them that you're not. You guys are not working for me. I want to try something different today.
Mhm.
So
Message to Ateta.
yeah,
Message to Ateta. Keep doing what you're doing, Ateta. Keep captaining Bellerin and you could
That's
win the
right.
Keep
league.
Yeah,
freestyling, Ateta. Keep freestyling.
freestyling it. So
It's
and
working.
again,
It's working.
is working. And again, I think Atata actually today he kind of let those guys go out there and just release the handbrake and just let them enjoy the game today. Just go out there and
I
have
agree.
and
Yeah,
enjoy yourself. So
I
that
agree.
is football. You don't want to tell the player that when the ball is here you have to be in this position. When the ball is here you have. Football is a free game. You just let them go out there. Let them have fun. And yeah, he come out on top today. Yeah, I give him credit for that, but that doesn't mean that Tata still stay in. Tata out.
Yeah, listen,
Oh, God.
this result showed me
Yeah.
that how weird of a manager he is. Because if you can do this, why not just do it every week? Why not just play the kids every week? I mean, I know that's not realistic. I know that's not realistic, but you might as well just do that because this game just showed me that it was the players that went out there and just played for the badge. It wasn't like I took to set them up and it was a master class. No, he just told the young players go out there, just play ball, just play football, and that was it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I understand what you guys are saying. If you get a creative player, then we're gonna fly up the table. But for me, like the system today, that I feel like there actually was no system today, and that's why we won because the players just were able to play with more freedom and run harder and do things that they weren't doing before. But if you're gonna bring in more players, you got to make sure there's a proper system. So when the players come in, it's not like you just throwing the players in there and you're telling them to freestyle like what Man United do. You got to make sure there's like a proper system there. So for me, I'll give Arteta credit, but today, I think he did well picking the team, but
Say that again. Say that again. You give Teta what?
Yeah, I gave him credit at the beginning of the show.
Okay, say it again. Say again.
I said I give Arteta credit, yeah, because I'm his harshest critic, yeah. But I also like to be fair to managers, yeah. Picking the lineup, yeah. I don't agree with Hector Bellerin even being at the club, but to give him that captain's armband, that was a risk, and it paid off. It paid off, yeah. I'm hoping he doesn't do it again, but it paid off today. But listen,
would you keep the same lineup on Tuesday?
Huh?
Would you keep the same lineup on Tuesday?
The same personnel, like the same type of players. Maybe not the same exact every play, like for like, but like I keep the same kind of energy because you got to play some of these youngsters, man. You got to give them a platform to play. But for me, Arteta, yeah, like I said, he picking the team, he did well today. Even though some of his guys that he brought in was injured and they had COVID and all that, but for me, yeah, this is not sustainable. This was just a one-off thing. If we go to Brighton and we smash them up 4-0, then I'd hold my hands up and be like, okay, maybe he's trying to turn the corner. But I'm not gonna sit here and say we're gonna win the league. We got to remember the manager who's in charge. Tap us.
I will be honest. Even though if Arteta go on and win 4 games or 5 games in a row,
it's not sustainable.
It's not going to change my opinion on him.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Mossy. Come on.
No.
We can't be honest.
We can't be reactionary.
The reason why I said that is because people doesn't.
Yeah.
The previous manager doesn't have this chance that he had. Remember, Emery went 22 games unbeaten. All those 22 games we didn't lose any of them. They didn't look at that. They didn't look at last time he went 22 game unbeaten. Let us give him another maybe a month or 2.
We should have gave Emery like 3 years.
We should have
we gave him longer though. We gave
we don't. No, Emery doesn't have this chance that Arteta has.
But Arteta's had multiple players back. He's been backed by multiple. Like he's been able to sell players he doesn't want. Well, not sell players he doesn't want, but he's able to re-sign players. He got rid of Guendouzi, who he didn't fancy. He's not playing Saliba, who he doesn't rate. So I mean, I'm not saying that he's been backed. I'm saying
and again, he doesn't know how. He doesn't have a skill of man management.
Listen. I look at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, yeah, and because his name kind of holds weight in the footballing world a little bit because of what he did in 1999, some of the players respect him. So, but I look at Mikel Arteta, and he hasn't really achieved anything in the game. Yeah? So I'm thinking, yeah, right now today is all good vibes, but in a couple of weeks' time, where we end up back where we are, yeah, we're all gonna have egg on our faces because we were all hyping him up after this result. So I'm saying, listen, I said fair play to Arteta. He done well today, all right? But this is not sustainable. He's not gonna all of a sudden, if you give him plays, we're not gonna all of a sudden fly up the table, yeah, and say, oh yeah, we're gonna win the league. I don't think that's gonna happen. But listen, fair play to Arteta, yeah.
Yeah, smash the like button if you're live. Smash the like button if you're alive. I mean, we beat Chelsea on Boxing Day, and it doesn't get any better than this. Arteta in, Arteta out. I mean, that is another fight with me and Glen. On another day.
Arteta out. Tapasfield is out.
Purpose, you realize this is the last game we have played. Is it the last game we are playing in December?
No, we play Brighton. We play Brighton on the 29th or something.
On the 29th, eh?
Yeah.
So the last game we are playing is Brighton.
Brighton at home. The only game Brighton have won at home in this calendar year is Arsenal. That's the only team they've beaten at home.
Yeah. So and then we go into the January transfer window. This is where I want you, Purpose, to touch. We are going in January. We have had a performance. It shows what we are lacking. How many signings are we needing? And who are those players you would just target? I mean, 1st January, 2nd January, we're out of we're out of the window. We continue with our, preparations for the season. Who are those players that you've seen that, this is, what we are clearly missing, and you would go for this?
I feel like we need 2 midfielders.
2 midfielders only?
Yeah. No. 2 midfielders, and I'd probably, if we sell, I'd probably go for a right back, because if I'm looking at it, I feel if Atletico Madrid do go for Maitland-Niles, is Maitland-Niles going to stay? He could possibly go. You know what I'm saying? So I would look at a right back. But yeah, if we're talking about midfield, I still think we need midfielders. I feel like we need to get rid of our midfielders so we can make space for these guys, as well as put in Mill Smith-Rowe, Willock as well when they can come in. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have these 2. I'd obviously I would have loved Szoboszlai from now of Leipzig, but he's not there. So for me, I'd go for Bendia now. Bendia as the creative midfielder, and then obviously I would go for the other midfielder. I would go for is Awa. I would go for those 2. For me, we cannot. The problem with Arsenal, we only go for 1 player per window. Why? Just get the players you need in 1 window. I don't mind if we get our players in 1 window, and then maybe the next window we don't bring in much players. You know what I'm saying? We don't always need to make the headlines of, oh, we signed this player on deadline day. Oh, we signed this guy, this year and then this year. You know what I'm saying? Because I look at Chelsea this year. I know it might not be working out, but they got all the players they wanted this year. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. I feel like like we can't take time, because if we take time, by the time we do bring in these players, the players, the older players will need to go. We need to replace them. So it's just going to be a cycle of repetition of sell buy each summer. You know what I'm saying? It's like one summer we signed Özil, then the next summer we signed Sanchez, then the next summer we signed or a couple summers after that we signed Lacazette, and then Aubameyang. You know what I'm saying? If we do that all in 1 window, I feel like that'd be the good thing. But we need a creative midfielder. We can't just rely on Smith-Rowe as our creative midfielder. I think Bendia will be a good option for us. I feel like he's not the name that everyone wants, but this is the problem for Arsenal. We can't be going for big names all the time. We need to go for someone, a humble player. You know what I'm saying? You saw Mane. Mane was at Southampton. You know what I'm saying? He was a humble player. And look at him now. He's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, but Mane played under Klopp. Bendia is gonna come under. Start playing under.
I'm just talking about the player. I'm just talking about the player, and I'm just talking about the player. You know what I'm saying? And we look at it like this. We have to give Arteta his credit. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the players that he brought in are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Gabriel's a good player. Partey, you know, he's a good player. I know he's only played like 4 games, but you know what I'm saying.
William, Luis, best centre back.
Okay. That I don't think
that's Edu, man.
I don't think. I think that's more Edu and key direction because I know yes he renewed the contract, but let's be honest. But I don't think he has that type of power to say no. He doesn't want this player. You know what I'm saying? I feel like intentionally he was like, I'm gonna bring this player as squad player. But I think there's something in this contract that he didn't know about until Lee signed it, saying that Willian needs to be involved this many times X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So yes, he has weaknesses. Let's not be silly. You know what I'm saying? Arteta he's not top 10 managers in the league. You know what I'm saying? But if we're gonna give someone time, you know what I'm saying? We should. I agree with Mossy. We should have given it to Emery, but let's be honest with Emery. He lost the dressing room. No matter how good a coach he could have been, he lost the dressing room. How do we know that though? Because we still got players.
But you got players kicking off in training, punching each other up. You got players coming out with indirects on Instagram.
How do we know that's Arteta's fault? That could just be because of the intensity of the training.
Bro, news is getting leaked every week. Every week.
No, but that's the problem. You know, is this person inside information trying to add fuel to the fire? Is he trying to cause the problem?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, if players were to fight between each other, I'm not worried. I'm just saying that's the intensity of training. You know, sometimes training gets heated. You know, I'm not sure about all of you guys, but we've all played football in the park. Sometimes, you know, a bad tackle might have happened to you. You're not happy with the person. You want to fight him. You know what I'm saying? It happens. I'll be worried if they wanted to fight Arteta. That's why I'll be like, oh, okay, this is falling out of position. But we know with Emery. I remember, I think it was after the Victoria game where the players were making fun of this guy. So we can't say that.
Emery got better results out of a worse squad than Arteta though. And he's saying he did lose the dressing room at the end of the day. He didn't even speak proper English. Arteta speaks fluent English.
So going off what you're saying, you think Arteta has a better squad now than with Emery?
Of course. Arteta had Lichtsteiner.
You mean that Emery had Lichtsteiner, you know?
Yeah, Emery had
Randy and the man there, bro.
I agree and disagree. I feel like he had the bad players.
Emery's a better manager. Emery's a better manager, but of course,
obviously, he's a better coach. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be silly. You know, 3-time European winner. Let's not be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it didn't work out for us, but what I'm saying is, like Arteta, this is the problem. We're realizing that the players are crap. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, and Arteta's having to deal with that. I think this is the problem. We are just a shit mess. That's the problem. We don't have a good manager. We don't have a good players. We do not have a good ownership, good board. That's the problem. Where I feel like if there was one place where I feel like could have potential is the manager because he's new to the game. You know what I'm saying? That's the only
and that's the problem. He's new to the game.
That's the problem. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying like in terms of if there's any hope in terms of what can improve as the person, you know, as one thing that can improve within themselves, I think that can be Arteta. I don't think the players. Let's not be silly. Mustafi is not going to improve. David Luiz is not going to improve. These players are not going to improve. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, and those are players that are leaving because Mustafi is leaving.
Good.
Arteta offered him a new contract.
And where do you blame Mikel Arteta is playing these players who are leaving, and you don't play William Saliba, who you are going to coach for the next 5 years.
That's the problem with him. That's the problem with Arteta. That's what I'll say. That's his biggest problem.
That's what you're gonna get because he's the
I would say something here. You know when they offer Mustafi a new contract, when he said he doesn't want to sign it.
Imagine getting rejected.
And the last time when they are talking to Pep was saying that Arsenal will be making a big mistake if they sack Arteta right now.
Of course, he's gonna say that.
Immediately, you see what the reason why I don't agree with what Pep said is because immediately, if Mustafi is playing for Man City or if Pep is an Arsenal manager, immediately Mustafi said he's not signing a new contract. He's out of the team. He will never play for Pep again.
Yeah, exactly. Eric Garcia still plays. Even
before that, Pep finds Eliakwi Mangala, players like Eliakwi Mangala at Manchester City, and They're the same caliber as Mustafi. He throws them, he throws them out. Arteta is fancying them over, a highly, highly rated defender.
No, but don't forget. I feel like people forget here. Don't forget, Pep played Otamendi quite a lot. You know what I'm saying? He played he played so many dead players. You know what I'm saying? And I
Like
was
Benjamin
For me, Otamendi was not an awful defender like Van
I'm saying in his first season, people are forgetting he had Clichy, Kolarov, Otamendi, all these players, and then he brought in his own players. So it's,
but where are those players now? Where are those players now? Where are they?
The players are in
you know what I'm saying? No, but look at the way
he get rid of them. He get rid of all of those players.
No, but let's be honest. He got rid of them because he had the people above him knowing what they were doing and bringing in the players that they wanted as well. It's not. I know it's easier to be done. It's easier to be said than done. You know what I'm saying? These players, they're very hard to get rid of because of the wages they're on. Nobody wants these players. That's how crap they are. You know what I'm saying? Even on a free, I wouldn't be surprised if no one wants to take these players because how bad they are. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying is you cannot blame Arteta for trying to sell these players and they can't be sold. What you can blame him is keeping on playing them even though they're really bad. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can blame. Like I don't. For me, I agree with what he said, Mossy. You're 100% correct. Mustafi should never play again after he rejected the contract. That should be the way. But we have to look at it like this. I don't think he has much choice when we've been light in defense, you know what I'm saying, in terms of injuries, Mauri's just come back and Chambers is just coming back. Once those two come back, I don't think we'll see Mustafi again. But I agree with what you said. Players that do not want to play for the club should not play again. I think we have a few players that contract end in the summer. I feel like we can't play these guys again. We need to start rebuilding. I'm just gonna say this before I end my thing. We need to be run properly in order for us to kind of be challenging again. We can't have a good manager and just have a shipboard. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we just need to get some footballing people into the club.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't just be like, let's say we had Pochettino. It would never have worked with Pochettino if we still have the board we have. That's all I'm gonna say.
Pochettino didn't get back for 3 years at Tottenham, and he still finished top 4 year after year. I'm not disagreeing with you, by the way. I'm just saying
about winning league titles. If we want to win league titles, we cannot have the board or Arteta. Let's be honest. Arteta, we'll see. We never know. You know what I'm saying? But more likely, the way the things have gone, it's not going to work out. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm going to say. Cossy, thank you for having me on. All you guys, you've been blessed. Have a nice day.
Nice one.
Hope you guys had a nice Christmas. I'm a shoot because I got work tomorrow and I need to get to bed, man. So see you guys.
I understand those things, bro. Holapila says Arteta is better than Lampard. I mean,
how is he better? How is he better than him?
Nathan, you're the last person to talk on this show, and we close it. That is your topic. Lampard is better than. This is a Chelsea FC fan, and they're like, he's saying Lampard is a baby coach.
Listen, Lampard, yeah, he was a great player, but when it comes to managing, listen, he's not a terrible manager, but he's also not a really good manager. I still feel like he needs to be at another club. I feel like Chelsea is too big of a club for him. But for me, yeah, if you give Arteta the players that Lampard had, like last season when they had a transfer ban, do you think they're getting in the top 4?
I don't think.
I don't think so. I think highest they'll finish is maybe 10th, 9th. I don't listen. Arteta, yeah. You might say I'm harsh on Arteta. Listen, I'm harsh on him because I don't think he's not what's required for this football club. Like if you look at his win percentage, he's a manager that has a 39% win. He doesn't even win half of his games. So that's why I don't want him, because he's not showing any good signs of any improvement. So that's why I always go harsh on Arteta. It sounds like I have an agenda, but I just don't want him. I want a better manager that's gonna take us to where we need to go. And you can say, you know what, bring him in and bring players in January.
Yeah, let me quickly add to that. You know, I would say a club like Arsenal, Chelsea, and Manchester United. See, those 3 clubs, actually, I would say Arsenal and Man United are bigger than Chelsea. Well, these three clubs, they've got a manager with a previous player managing the club. If they want, I can tell you now that those three clubs, if they, as long as they're keeping those manager to keep working for them, they're not going to get near winning the title.
Yeah, and that's
I
why
can tell you that they will not get, because look at all the teams that they're challenging for title. Go and look what their managers are. They go out big. They get the experienced manager in that. Okay, we want to win the title. That's why we're bringing you in here. So are you expecting Arsenal in 3 years' time to say, oh yeah, we're winning Premier or we're winning Champions League? No.
But here's the thing: is how is Lampard gonna get sacked before Mikel Arteta? Like, I wouldn't be surprised. How is that even?
But I won't be surprised if it gets sacked before Mikel Arteta, because the Chelsea owner is not like Arsenal owner. Chelsea owner is a football man.
They want to win.
They want to win. Yeah.
Listen, you guys thought I was joking when I said if I'm Roman Abramovich. You guys thought I was joking, yeah. When I said if I was Roman Abramovich, a couple of days ago on the stream, I said if I'm Roman Abramovich and he manages to lose to Arteta, he's sacked. How are you losing to Arteta?
Do you think if this guy is the owner of Arsenal now, Usmanov, he will have get rid of Arteta by now?
Because Usmanov, he wants to win. Kroenke doesn't know anything about football. He don't know.
He doesn't even know that Arsenal is playing today.
He didn't even know we won.
Is Usmanov at Everton?
Yeah, Usmanov used to be at Arsenal.
Yeah, he used to be.
No, he's not in Everton.
Listen, at the end of the day, to wrap it up real quick, at the end of the day, Arteta, I'm sure he's a decent fella. But listen, this is Arsenal. You don't give people time to learn. You give people time who have a CV, who have a resume. I don't want to hear about process. Listen, I've been hearing process for 10 years. I'm
be excited.
Or be excited, or give him time.
Jesus Christ, you guys are harsh. I'm just listening here and just like, what the hell? Mossy and Nathaniel just Arteta out point after point after point. We just won 3-1. Let's be happy.
We are in the result.
I know. It's a results business. We don't get results every other month, and then we say,
they're coming now. They're coming now. We're going to win our next week.
Results. When are they coming? In 2022?
No, Tuesday. Just a couple of days, Nathaniel. Just a couple of days, and then against West Brom, and then you're going to get the 4-0 you're asking for. You're going to get it. And Cossy, just bring up that comment. Just bring up that comment in the chat right now.
By the way,
just put it up,
guys. Look, if we overcome relegation, there is also another step where we are going to become like United. You know, United feel like they're title contenders, but with Solskjaer, they are not. I feel at some point in time, they're going to lose 3 games, draw 1. He gets some pressure, then they win 7. When they are close to Liverpool, they will lose 2. I think we are also waiting for such a stage. But thanks everybody who has been on, guys. Thank you so much for coming on, and it has been such a wonderful, wonderful show, man.
Wait, so how long is the process though? Is it like 10 years, 5 years? Like how long are we talking about?
It started today. It just started today.
Oh, the process just started. He's been in the job for years.
What I know, Stan Kroenke has been at Arsenal for the past 13 years. That's when the process started, right? Mikel Arteta's project is part of the process. So the project is just born. So probably we have to wait.
You know, because when you make food, no, you don't have to wait anymore, Nathaniel. You know, when you make food and then every single day you're like, what do I need to add to this food? We found the secret. Bellerin captain. Arteta is the best coach in the world. Bellerin is the best captain in the world. No other opinion counts. And it, if before Nathaniel says anything, end it. Arteta is the best coach in the world. End it.
Guys.
Before he talks, mute his mic.
Thierry Henry is crying right now in his pillow when he's on his captain.
Glenn's last comment.
Glenn's
comment on Everton was, "I hate football. I don't want to talk about football."
He likes football now. He loves football now. He loves it.
Yeah, I didn't, especially Bellerin, Nathaniel, especially Bellerin.
He's only good at dressing. He's not even that good at dressing.
Brighton. It is 3 days away, 4 days away. let's just wait for Brighton. Yeah, that is when we shall know whether this performance was from some coaching, background, or it was out of the blue. I think that is that is when we start to see.
Mopai is gonna score a hat trick. Mopai is gonna score a hat trick.
Guys,
3-0 Arsenal.
by the way, I think I'm not saying good night because I'm preparing for for what? For prayers. So have a blessed, have a blessed stay off the channel. Thank you, Aris, for coming on, guys. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Awesome, man. I love all these guys, man. Thank you.
I also love Dinero, Mossy, Relentless, Glen, Zoom. So Zoom is, by the way, Zoom is one of those people who love this channel because he's always filming, and I miss Nolan. I just miss Nolan. I wish he was here to react to his team because it won, and you guys were so negative.
He's over the moon. He's over the moon right now. We're winning the league.
Yeah, but one thing is, we are not negative. We are not negative. We just want the best for the club. That's what I want to correct.
I'm not negative. I'm just trying to be real.
Yeah. And by the way, it's the reality. That's why I follow League Ghana. By the way, I follow League Ghana. I follow Turkish more than I watch AFTV. The reason is these guys will tell you something. Turkish already said this was a trash summer window, even after we signed Thomas Partey. He said this was trash. And Lee said, if you bring in Partey and he gets injured and you have Grant Xhaka and Ceballos, you're back to square one. You have not done anything. And that's like, yeah, they make sense. That's why actually
and that happens actually.
And I think they really make more sense than I love all the channels that do support us, that do the Arsenal content. But I love Lee. I love
give Dinero the final word. Dinero, who's the best right back at Arsenal?
Come on, Bellerin. I can't believe that already.
Bye guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you leave a like on Cossy's video. Make sure you subscribe. Goodbye.
Make sure you subscribe, guys. Make sure you like, you hit the notification button. Yeah, hit the notification button. Don't forget, please do not forget
about the catwalk.
That's a little bit crazy. How do you say Bellerin is the best right back at Arsenal? But smash the like button, guys. Please do smash the like button. Let's get in your subscriptions as well, free. I told you, we are growing so fast, so we are very, very, soon to start winning prizes. So make sure you've subscribed, you've hit the notification button. 3-1 Arsenal up against Chelsea. A wonderful performance. Thanks everybody who has been on. It doesn't get any better than this. Have a blessed